Shri Ganeshaya Namaha Shri Saraswate Namaha Shri Padavallabha Narasimha Saraswati Shri Guru Dattatreya Namaha. Om Shri 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 Ganapati Satchidananda Sadgurave Namaha. Om Shivaya Rudraya Namaha. Shivaya Rudraya Namaha. Shivaya Rudraya Namaha.
And so we have it, Neval, Chatelal. We both have different versions. I would have loved to hear you just rip off.
See, the reason why I wanted to do that, because could you even take that music in the background off? I just want to do this in silence for a little bit. So the reason why I wanted to do that on a program like yours, you're gonna expect the listeners to be in this mood where they're ready to have this, this energy and vibe filled evening, right? But I wanted to have them experience a different vibe on your program this evening, outside of the regular, outside of the norm of the kick and the snare and the bass line and all those other instruments. I want them to feel the actual effect of a chant, because on Sunday we're going to experience mantra in its purest form, and also a mantra as it is surrounded by all these other forms and musics that help to transport and transfer the energy and the message of the mantra. Mantra, if I attempt to try to explain what mantra means, man means mind, and tra means to protect. So the purpose of mantra is to protect the mind. And this particular mantra, Shivaya Rudraya Namaha, was given by my Guru Sri 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 Ganapati Satchidananda Swamiji for the peace and protection of Trinidad and Tobago. And the way that we hope to achieve the peace and protection of Trinidad and Tobago is to light a lamp of peace and love and illumination in the hearts and minds of every citizen of our country. And it starts with me, it starts with you, it starts with our community, and hopefully our actions and our words and our energy and our chanting propagates throughout the communities, and that message of peace resonates throughout Trinidad and Tobago and hopefully the world. This is not just happening in Trinidad and Tobago, but it's happening in pockets all over the globe. It is Sri Swamiji's Sankalp, or his divine intention, that we all come closer to a state or a consciousness that is always thinking about the divinity. We are wrapped up in our daily programs and in our daily lives, always searching for our idea of what we think is peace. We search for it in some people in parties, some people in friendships, some people in the jobs that they perform. But I believe, and in my experience, that peace that we are all looking for can only come from within. And you and I have had conversations like this before, where we sit and talk for long hours about the nature of our existence, the nature of our thoughts, and how our thoughts affect not only ourselves but the outside world. And I always believe that you are what you repeat. And what we repeatedly do becomes our habits, and it becomes the things that we are defined by. So mantra, we repeat mantra with the hope that the more and more we say peace, peace, love, love, peace, peace, love, love, we begin to resonate those things, and our actions start to express peace and start to express love. And that is the purpose of this Mantra Fest.
Mantra Fest. But it is obviously going to have a festive tone on that evening. I mean, at the beginning of the show, and I call it a show because that is what a lot of people are coming there to experience. So we're going to fuse the entertaining aspect of things and the sound aspect of things when it comes to that large crowd there. I'm guessing that not all of the program will be totally solemn, as we just started there with the Rudra Fest, with the Rudra Mala. I beg your pardon, but definitely it will be done throughout the program. So there's going to be that element of that mantra energy coming in its pure form throughout the evening. How are you guys going to balance that up and down energy and fun that people are coming there to have as well?
So the human mind is one that always is easy to become distracted, and our attention span is something that, I mean, it's reducing as time passes by. We realize that before we could have entertained a minute long video, now we want 30-second videos, 15-second videos that encapsulate everything that we want to hear when we're trying to impart something or impart information. So it's very hard, I know, for somebody to sit and listen to a mantra, Shivaya Rudraya Namaha, and chant this 1008 times or even 10 times, right? So it is Swamiji's will that we as musicians find creative ways of keeping people engaged. So in order to keep people engaged, we're going to sing it using Western arrangements, Indian classical arrangements, soca, chutney arrangements of the same mantra, because Swamiji also knows that in order to have a wider reach, we need to package the beautiful energy that he wants to propagate in ways that are palatable to a wide variety of tastes. So what he always says is that he's like a Kmart or a grocery. In a grocery, when you walk into a grocery, you have real plenty shelves with all kind of different types of products, right? But we are selling one thing, and that is positivity and peace and protection and love. So we're going to package it with a whole set of different flavors, but the message that we really want to send on that day is that we are praying for peace and protection of our beloved nation and the world.
This happens, sorry, I beg your pardon, I forgot to put my own mic. And this happens, of course, this coming Sunday at the Diwali Nagar site, where hundreds will be chanting the Rudra Mantra. Kirtan groups will be there, tons of musicians will be there, and lots of other artists are in a position to tell us of some of the other stars and personalities that will be there. We know that you're quietly affiliated with putting together the musical part of things for this particular event.
Very quietly, because it's a mammoth task. There's so many people and youth groups involved, and we want to thank everybody for lending their time most of all and their talents. And we have people like Anil Beam who's going to be like gracing us with his voice and his energy and his positivity on the stage, and helping to propagate Swamiji's mission of peace and prosperity and illumination for our beloved nation. We're going to have the Datta Kirtan Mandali, who will be the house chanting group, the group that will always remain on stage chanting the mantra in its purest form in between acts. We are going to be joined by Rana Mohib, who will also be directing a lot of the music that you're going to be hearing on the day. Nirmala Sesnarayan, Ravi Jagrup, Kavish Maharaj, Vijay Ramkisoon, Vandala Tulsi, Pandit Anil Maharaj, Pandit Narad Gosai, and Pandit Krishna Ramdin and Isha, and a host of other groups who will be presenting Garba and Odissi and Kathak dances. You see, like we all know, it's very hard for people to decide in a real way to make real change and to put in the real effort it takes to make a real change in themselves. So we always have to find creative ways of enticing people to do what is right, which I believe shouldn't be. I believe if we see the truth in something and we recognize that there's value in it, we shouldn't have to oversell something like that. But these are the times where we have to oversell positivity, and we have to oversell truth, and we have to market truth in such a way that people will accept it. And that we have to lie for people to accept truth then. You know?
Yeah, those who have ears will hear and eyes will see, kind of thing. So don't you, friends, what the man is saying, you don't have to wait till you have to go through all this trauma and go down on your knees to find the Lord and to find yourself and to find this peace and to find this spark of divinity. Listen to what some who have found it or are still finding it trying to tell you, and try to listen. It's a tough thing, as Neval said, and it is a particular mission that we are using music as well to gather as much people involved as possible. And music, of course, is absolutely attractive, and we have a really a nicely put event that will happen this coming Sunday. What time is it scheduled to kick off? Admission fee? Is it free? Parking situation? What could you tell us more about this before we wrap it up in 2 minutes time?
The event should start promptly at 5 p.m. and run for 2 hours. Ends at 7 p.m. There's no admission fee. It is free and open to all, and it's going to be hosted on the main stage at the Neval Nagar. So it's covered. You don't have to worry about if the elements are going to affect your presence and your comfort. And of course, the event is open to not just Hindus, but anybody who wishes for a better Trinidad and Tobago. And I want to pay give special acknowledgement to your frequency 103.1 FM for always being part of affecting positivity and affecting good change, and trying to be a voice of not just one dimension or one aspect of
Definitely not. And it's good to see that we are being recognized for that, because we from an internal point of view try really hard to execute many of what you are talking about there. So.
Right, and it goes noticed and acknowledged by not just the musicians and the artists, but I feel the people of Trinidad and Tobago associates the brand 103.1 FM with a universal message of love, and always the first and always the finest when it comes to propagating truth and light and illumination. And the heart is it is embossed, and
we replace that zero with a big heart.
Long time. It's all inclusive.
It's all about that heart.
Yeah.
That is where they say the soul resides in our cheeks.
Yeah. So they say.
So they say.
Now I don't know how much time we have been, but I also wanted to talk about my testimony with the mantra. I didn't want to just come here and talk about a mantra in isolation of what the mantra has done for me.
Yeah, what has it done? How has it touched you?
So, like I said, mantra, mind, tra, to protect the mind, right? So, there's a lot of science and a lot of studies and a lot of research that has not just come out recently, but has been ongoing, and you all can look it up online. Google, the effects of meditation, or the effects of deep breathing or chanting. There are a lot of scientific studies that give proof and give hard evidence that meditation and all these other forms of spirituality, which seem to be to some people to be unreachable, or sometimes to even be hocus pocus, that they have real physiological and health benefits to the mind and body of practitioners. The research is out there. It is not something that is being made up or being what to say. Some people come up with a lot of scams and try to sell scams as truth. This is not a scam. Meditation is not a scam. Chanting is not a scam. Positive thoughts is not a scam, because if you change the way you think, you change your health. So I'll give an example. If something really outrageous would happen in our nation, in our society, something very damning or depressing, as Trinbagonians, we tend to share that, and it becomes viral, that negative thing or that depressing thing and that depressing situation. Now, when the whole nation is sharing this thing and it's becoming viral,
that energy is just intensified.
Yeah. And then your entire outlook, together with the entire outlook of the nation, becomes down and depressed.
Yeah, you get caught up in that energy web of negativity, and it just yanks you down.
Yeah. So this is our way of saying we want to inject some positivity and some positive thought back into the frequencies. And thank God 103.1 is one of those frequencies that is there to help us propagate that message.
Actual physical frequency, although it's something you cannot see.
So in both the literal and non-literal sense, thoughts You could check it up. Affect your health. So if I'm telling myself, I reading all these scary things in the papers all the time and I keep reflecting on it, right? But let me take a little 10 minutes out of my day to think positive and to be peaceful and to think, just to think and to meditate on the word peace and love and gratitude. And if I do it and you do it and I tell people about it and we tell more people about it and you listen to us speaking about it and you thinking more about peace and you tell another friend and we start to make peace the viral thing and make love the viral thing and illumination and intelligence, then that will start to bring back the balance that I would hope that this mantra will achieve. Because right now I think the scale's real out of balance. I think we're more depressed, we're more unhappy, we're more angry. I mean, I could testify to this mantra being able to change some of those behaviors in myself, because I am perfect, I am real far from perfect, and there are times when I become very angry, there are times when I become very depressed, and my solace has always been at the feet of my guru, who has given this mantra, Shivaya Rudraya Namaha.
Give the mantra a chance, peeps. Who knows? Neval, Chatelal, always fun and always intelligent to be around as well. He speaks from his heart, trying to connect it to his head as best as he could, and seems to be doing a good job. Touch my day, brother. All the best to you. We will see you on Saturday. Rudra Mantra Fest, the concert, Diwali Nagar, 5 till 7 p.m. Neval is one who will be there to add his flavor, to share his talent, and to spread the love and all the blessings. Rudra Mantra Fest. Blessings once again, my boy.
Shivaya Rudraya Namaha. We should have light up before this.
You must give me a heads up, yo.
What?